1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 9, 2, 3, 4. 10, 2, 3, 4. 11, 2, 3, 4. 12, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 4. 4, 2, 3, 4. 5, 2, 3, 4. 5, 2, 6, 7, 2, 3, 4. 8, 2, 3, 4. 9, 2, 3, 4. 10, 2, 3, 4. 11, 2, 3, 4. 12, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Hey everyone, how you doing? So this is one of my videos I'd like to share with you in a series about ideas for practicing improved rhythmic accuracy and timing, or time or groove, all that kind of stuff. And this one is about counting out loud while you're playing, either just 1, 2, 3, 4 if it's in 4, or like if there's a form 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. And obviously I'm still working on it, but it's something I think that's helped me, and hopefully will help you too if you're, want to try it or whatever. This one I didn't do with a metronome, but obviously too, if you do with a metronome or some other sort of thing, beat or some other kind of click type track, it's something to check out. And yeah, in general, being able to count while you're playing, and then also count the bars in the phrase, are all great things to be able to do. That kind of multiple things going on at once type of thing for one's brain is always great. And what I was trying to demonstrate was some possibilities, but obviously in general, to keep it, it's always best to start simple and then kind of work from there. Easier said than done, and slower than faster. So for example, this is F blues, so we could just do that again, and I'll just do something a little more simple. And again, part of learning these things is a creativity and sort of engineering, scientific kind of mixture of finding what works best for oneself and sort of being truthful about where one is, and sort of figuring out one's challenges musically and how to kind of overcome those. So in a creative way, or whatever way a person wants to do that. But so I'm gonna take a snippet, and maybe this is something, if you know the F blues, the jazz F blues type stuff. This is F. Can play along with me. Again, do with a metronome. The only reason why, well, I'm going to do another video with a metronome too, but this one is without a metronome to show how you can count and use that to improve your timing and sort of rhythmic knowledge, understanding, whatever you want to call it. And again, these are things I've definitely still working on, but also things that I've probably had to, people are like, man, you should really work on that because it could be better, or it's throwing other people off and stuff. So I've had some successes and some kind of to try again situations, but yeah, anyway, so here's the F blues. I'm going to count it slower. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, of speeding up there. But again, that's why you should probably use a metronome. But that's just to demo it. I'm going to demo it again. This time I'm going to count the bars. So we have 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, like that. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 6, 2, 3, 4, 7, 2, 3, 4, 8, 2, 3, 4, 9, 2, 3, 4, 10, 2, 3, 4, 11, 2, 3, 4, 12, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. That was pretty good. The time was a little bit messed up, but I mean, I'm still working on it. And like I said, I should be using a metronome, but I don't have a metronome right now because I'm using my phone, which is using my metronome, and I have a backup phone, but it's charging. So in the next video, I will do the same thing with a metronome, and yeah, and you'll kind of get to hear the difference, I guess. Again, well, it's where I'm at, but at the same time, it does help. I think most people, being able to count out loud and play is just, it's not 100% necessary, but it's a great sort of type of skill to develop, and it might help. I don't think it hurts too much. Some people might think, like if you're counting the bars and stuff, it's sort of like you're not feeling the music, you're kind of making it mathematical. Well, that's true. You want to feel the music, but it's sort of like one of those skills that, and it sort of depends on the person and your philosophy, but it's sort of one of those things you don't have to use. You can, but if you can't do it, it's one of those things you could choose to use if you have it, but if you don't have it, it's sort of like, well, so it's kind of a trade-off. Also sort of, there's so many different things to practice too. But I'll talk about that in other videos, but sort of as a brief aside, like to feel 4 bars or 2 bars, there's ways to practice that. Like with a metronome, you set the metronome to 4 bars, or like a beat to 4 bars, where like the hit is on the first beat of the first bar of the 4-bar measure, and practicing that just gives a person, or at least me, a feel of where the 4 bars are. So you can kind of feel where 4 bars are, and get that feeling, and just kind of like feels like it's coming up. But sometimes that works against a person too, if you're playing something that's not divided into 4 bars. Usually things are in groups of 2. There's usually not bars of 4 in jazz. Bars of 9 or something. It usually be like bar of 10 or bar of 14 or bar 12, bar of 16, or grouping of 16 bars, or 14 or 10 or 12. But anyways, so the next thing to practice in this sort of series of counting without a metronome is, got the chords. I did the chords where you're doing like a quarter note, comping just a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you could do that as well with 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, like that, where you're counting each bar as well as each beat. And then I was doing like a whole note kind of thing. And then, so the next sort of comping thing would be to count, I guess I'm just going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, because I probably won't be able to do it yet, demo it. I could try, but I'm just going to demo 1, 2, 3, 4, where you're just counting 1, 2, 3, 4, and sort of comping more. I'm going to do the next level of comping, which is sort of like the Charleston, or like the 3-side of the clave, sort of New Orleans style. I call it that. But anyway, so 1 for F blues. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. 4, 2, 3, 4. 5, 2, 3, 4. 6, 2, 3, 4. 7, 2, 3, 4. 8, 2, 3, 4. 9, 2, 3, 4. 10, 2, 3, 4. 11, 2, 3, 4. 12, 2, 3, 4, 1. Yeah, that's where I'm at, but it's just to give you an idea to sort of help you maybe work on your stuff too. So I'm gonna do the same thing again, and I'm gonna try and do a little slower. As I said, I do have a tendency to rush, which is why I usually use a metronome. But here it is, which is kind of more of like an open comping that's not quarter note, 100%. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 1, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 6, 2, 3, 4, 7, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 9, 2, 3, 4, 10, 2, 3, 4, 11, 2, 3, 4, 12, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So yeah, that was my attempt at it. It's sort of a lot going on, keeping track of the bars, the beat, and then trying to play like syncopations and stuff like that, but also make it musical and so on and so forth, and keep track of the chords. But it's a great exercise. And the last exercise, or the last two exercises I'm going to share, is just like a simple solo while you're counting, and then kind of a mixture of chords and soloing. So this is going to be the simple solo. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 5, 2, 3, 4. Oops, I'm going to start that over. I skipped to 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. 4, 2, 3, 4. 5, 2, 3, 4. 6, 2, 3, 4. 7, 2, 3, 4. 8, 2, 3, 4. 9, 2, 3, 4. 10, 2, 3, 4. 12, 2, 3, boom. So yeah. Okay, now this is going to mix it to 1, 2, and this is sort of again like all ideas just to practice ideas. And again, it's better with a metronome, but I'm just demoing it without first, so you can kind of see just one little thing. Because what if you don't have a metronome? And playing live, you're not gonna have a metronome. So anyways, here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. 4, 2, 3, 4. 5, 2, 3, 4. 6, 2, 3, 4. 7, 2, 3, 4. 8, 2, 9, 2, 3, 4. 10, 11, 2. Yeah, that's where I'm at. So yeah, I could see kind of partially doing it. It's tough, man. But anyway, so yeah, that's what's up with that. If you have any questions, I try to answer stuff when I see it. Again, I'm still working on this a lot myself, but it's helped me too, which is why I thought I'd want to, share it with other folks. And yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna try and make like a series of videos for people about sort of stuff that I've used to try and improve my time and groove and timing and just sort of phrasing and kind of all those kinds of things, musicality basically, as applies to jazz guitar. And yeah, thanks a lot for watching, and take care. Have a great day. All right, peace.